I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? You'll strip the right from an American, but leave it locked and loaded for the Taliban. Hey Joe, where you going with that blood on your hands? I heard you say it was on the news. You're the president, the buck stops with you. Now there ain't no mommy and there ain't no dad, 'cause you wrapped them up in the American flag. 13 kids but you stopped the war, and there ain't no sense going back for more. 'Cause hey Joe, we did it, 81 million votes. Hey Joe, where you going? Why you moving so slow? They'll prop you up on the TV screen, but forget your job. What flavor ice cream is that? And hey Joe, where you going? Do you even know? Come on man, not a joke. Here's the deal, the country's broke. You ain't no leader and you ain't the boss. You wander around like you're fucking lost. So check your watch, turn your back, set us up for the big attack. 'Cause hey Joe, we did it, 81 million votes. Hey Joe, so where you going with that gun in your hand? And hey Joe, where you going with all that blood on your hands?
Scratch that itch and slap that bitch. Welcome to the Kevin Holly Show.
Red Skins.
That is some weird, wild stuff. That is funny. I did not know that.
Dropping drawers and stabbing whores on the Kevin Holly Show.
By the way, you gave me permission to touch
He has balls. This man has balls. He's laying them out there for us to see.
That's what really sounds like our first date kit.
Ever shared a lustful evening with a Muslim woman?
We're dropping drawers and stabbing whores. It's the Kevin Holly Show.
What's up, everybody? Hell yeah, welcome to the show. Ooh. It's gonna be a good time.
Person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
Got a pirate radio station. Nobody knows who he is.
You out there? You listening?
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's me, Kevin. Hi. What's going on? Oh my gosh. We got a lot to talk about tonight. It's going to be a good time. Welcome, IRN listeners, our flagship internet radio station, the IRN, the Internet Radio Network. Hope you all enjoy the show. IRNbroadcast.com. Get the IRN app. Listen to us anywhere in the world. If you are listening to us on the IRN tonight or Spreaker, we also are streaming the show live tonight on your favorite social media platforms. We're on Facebook Live, twitch.com/The Kevin Holly Show, YouTube Live, as well as whatever Twitter is, Periscope, I don't know. Who cares? But yeah, you can watch us. We have a chat room available. I will see everybody chatting no matter where you are watching us. And the phone number tonight, 727-550-7886. Call or text the show. I will love to interact with you all tonight. We already have a lot in the chat room. Oh, this is great. Welcome, Aurora, Shane B, Glick, Jay, David Roper, Dave the drummer, of course, Colin. Hello, Colin. What's up, everybody? Hell yeah! Welcome to the show. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty did not make it to the show tonight. I'm not sure if she's going to show up late or not. I haven't heard from her, but she's obviously she wasn't feeling good last night and has a bad toothache and was on some Tylenol 500s and took a nap. So I'm assuming that she's probably done working and sleeping and didn't plan on coming in. I don't know. Whatever. It's all good, though. I told her last night, if you're not feeling well, don't show up late all not feeling well. Just text me and say, hey, I don't feel good. That's fine. I like doing solo shows anyway, no big deal. It's all good. So balls deep. Tooth pain can be extremely aggravating. I totally get that, man. I totally understand that. Yeah, it sucks, dude. It's I mean, think about Bubba Bo Bearden. You know what I mean? He had some major dental work, and it affects the way he talks. It does. It affects the way he talks. We all know this. It's true. You know what I mean? And think about it. Like, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I'm not sure. I need to check my altimeter. I believe we might be inverted. We might be inverted, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe we're inverted, maybe we're not. We might be upside down. Maybe if I spit and it lands back on my forehead, I will know if we are inverted. Does anybody feel inverted? Thank you. This is your captain speaking. We will be inverted for the next 2 hours. Enjoy the flight. What a crap show that was last night. Oh my God, that was hilarious. I mean, the dude, so he texted me after the show. And it was actually quite nice, his text. I'll be honest. It was not bad. It was cordial. I feel like he's a little upset with me, but at the same time, he thanked me for allowing him the opportunity to talk to Shane B. So, Aurora says, "Don't mention his name. He will call in. Don't give him the attention." Okay. Get well soon, Holland. There you go. Thank you. Rusty Grammar in the chat. Kevin fucking Holly, long time no listen. That's awesome. So some of you may have seen me today on the I'm Not Right Network with Patrick Welch. That was a blast. And I had a lot of fun doing that. I always have a lot of fun doing that show. It's one of my favorite shows. And Patrick is one of my favorite people. Hilarious guy, down to earth, very smart. Doesn't want to be a turtle, though. Does not want to be a turtle. I don't understand that, but, maybe we can change him. We'll see. So it's kind of like, normally I would start the show with the word of the day and see who's dumber than Holland or how smart Holland is when it comes to the word of the day. And, but we could do it anyway. Why not? I got it pulled up right here. Let me show y'all. That's the word of the day. Yurt. Does anybody know what a yurt is? And Rusty, I agree. Patrick does rule. He's badass. We actually talked for like another 45 minutes after the show was over. Like I spent like 5.5 hours with Patrick today, Patrick Welch. I spent about 15 minutes with Pat Berge today, and that was way more than enough for me. I'm just kidding. I love that guy. Balls Deep says a cottage. Aurora says like a tent. Balls is quick on the draw. You're both fairly correct. You're both
You're-
fairly correct. It is a tent-like dwelling of the Mongol and Turkic peoples of Central Asia, consisting of a cylindrical wall of poles in a lattice arrangement with a conical roof of poles, a conical visit roof of poles, both covered by felt or skins. I'm pretty sure that Patrick Welsh likes a cylindrical wall of poles anywhere he goes. Hot, says Colin. Toastmaster X in the chat. It's a big Mongolian style tent. Got it, bro. Good job. Lawrence Green says, blow me a kiss as you're leaving. Just blow me a kiss before you go. What's up, man? LG in the house, man. It's been a while. I love when LG pops in. He's one of my favorite people as well, man. A stand-up comic extraordinaire. Always a good time. Was Phil some holes in the chat? I saw you on Patrick's show today. I'm a toe boy. Yep, it's a round tent. I don't know what I'm a toy boy means. A toe boy means, but I have some nasty toes. And you don't want them filling any holes, believe me. I've got some alien looking toes. They do. They look like little aliens. Remember Mystery Science Theater 3000, where you just saw the shadows of them in front of the big screen, and they kind of like did a little under talking of the movie, whatever movie it might be that they were critiquing. Well, if you look at their shadows, if I put my feet up, like say I'm laying on my bed and the TV's in front of me on the bureau or whatever, if I put my toes up in the they come up by the screen, and you can kind of see them. They look like little aliens, just like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Lawrence Green, love me. It's my birthday. Hell yeah. Happy birthday, LG. Oh, that's great, man. Oh, this is cool. Colin says, I watch Mystery Science Theater 3000 channel daily at work. I don't know if that's a joke about his work or if he actually does that at work. That's hilarious. I really enjoyed that show when it was coming up and all that. It was a great show. Lawrence Green, an interesting story about LG. So I knew for a fact that he was friendly with a different comedian that I had on the show. And I invited Lawrence to come into the studio. I've done stuff like this a few times where I've had comics come into the studio and then told other comics that this particular comic's going to be here. I know you're friends with them and have worked with them before. Would you like to show up as well? But we won't tell that guest. And then when they get here, they'll be surprised. And at the time, a comedian named Randy Holton was pretending like he was running for governor or senator, his choice, depending on how he felt, And I knew Lawrence was friends with him. So I invited Lawrence to come in, and he did, and we treated Randy, we talked about it before the show, we treated Randy as if he was indeed really running for governor or senator, and it was so funny because Lawrence played the role perfectly. He was like, yes, sir, that's a great answer, sir, the whole time. He stayed in character, and it was a really funny show. Those guys are great, and LG, happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. I am hot, babe. Oh, he means as a steel toe fan. Oh, I get that. Okay, yeah. Patrick's doing the steel toe deal tonight. Heck yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, I like that stuff, man. I'll tell you what, man. Being on Patrick Welsh's show, the I'm Not Right Network, is a ton of fun for me. And my biggest takeaway from being on that show, not just Patrick's political humor, and we get along really well. We really do, We kind of bounce off each other and gel. And he's been on my show a few times, and it's been pretty good. But one of my favorite takeaways of being on the I'm Not Right Network with Patrick Welsh is that the audience, he has an amazing listening audience. It's a large audience, and everybody is like-minded. But every once in a while, you get a troll or somebody that disagrees and is there just to disagree, which adds a lot of character and flavor to his show. And it's really enjoyable. It goes by so fast. 4 hours just flies by. I feel like I need more pee-pee breaks during his show, but it's actually a lot of fun. I highly recommend you guys tune into it. I'll put it in the chat. He does his show Monday through Friday, so it's cool. During the day, I think it's 11 to 3 or 11 to 4, something like that. 11 to 3:30, I think we did today. And it's good. He's got a good studio and a really good rapport with his audience, and it's a lot of fun, man. He's pretty well off technically. So when we're talking about a particular subject matter, he'll pull up a video or audio like immediately. So it's pretty cool. Looking at the chat, Balls Deep says there's a low tolerance for BS and fakery over at the I'm Not Right network. That's very true. Very low tolerance for the BS over there. Rusty says, I love the days you were on his show. I rearranged my day yesterday thinking you'd be on and had to rearrange today so I could be present. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I had to bail yesterday and do it today instead because, you know, I don't want to say on air just because of my personal life, but I had a really good day. It was cool. And I you know, I apologized. I was even late today coming on to Patrick's show, but, you know, it is what it is. You guys are funny. Happy birthday, says Aurora. Aurora's birthday was, 2 days ago? Happy birthday, Aurora. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's like a love fest, man. It's like Jesus built my hot rod in Patrick Welsh's studio. It's cool. I really appreciate that, Rusty. That really means a lot to me. It does. I enjoy doing the show with Patrick because I feel it too. Like, and it's great to get positive feedback like that. There's people in the chat on his show that are like, man, it's fun having Kevin on as a guest, and that's just huge to me. It really is. Like, that's why I keep going back there. I love you guys. You guys are badass. I mean, it's really nice to have a listening audience that participates and contributes to the show, and you know, isn't afraid to rib you or make funny and stuff like that. So I believe we talked about my the chip on my penis today. Rusty says, it's all good. I'm in charge of my department, so it wasn't a big deal. Hey, thanks for that, because I'm looking to get back into the corporate world. I don't know where you are, but if you're in charge, man, you know, hook a brother up, man. I've been an entrepreneur for most of my life, but I've always had other jobs, you know, and I'm very hireable. Somebody asked me yesterday, you know, do you prefer having so many different things going on, whether it's work or you know, the stuff that I do or whatever. And the inconsistency, I believe, was a word, like the inconsistency, and not in a bad way. And I was very honest, and I was like, you know, I'm honestly getting a little tired of being an entrepreneur. Like, I wanted to open like a restaurant or a pizza place at one time in my life. And after this pandemic, when they just shut places down, it took the wind out of my sails. I don't want to participate. I'm scared that they're going to, you know, look what happened at the Verona here in beautiful Newport Richey. You know, Evan had some crowdsourcing and funding from his friends and family and other bands that wanted to be a part of the Verona, which was a concert venue and bar. And then they shut him down right after he opened it. You know what I mean? How are you supposed to survive? And then they're like, well, you just apply for these, you know, these loans, and yeah, to pay the tips that his bartenders were making, it's ridiculous, you know. And so it really did take the wind out of my sails, and that's no longer a dream of mine. I don't trust the government to be able to facilitate that happening, you know. Let's see here. Looking in the chat, Shane B says maybe I'll watch his show instead of Ed featuring Boom. Cheers and Xanax. Penis Game Amy. Oh, yeah, fellow turtle. Karen in the chat. Happy birthday, she says. LG getting some love tonight. I like the penis talk. That was funny. Thank you. I mean, are you making fun of my penis? I mean, come on. Let's, you know, let's pump the brakes on this a little bit, you know. Rusty says it's freezing ass cold in Minnesota. Don't come here. I do HVAC work. Oh, I'm familiar. I did HVAC work, well, mostly sales, but for a huge HVAC and plumbing company. It's not easy 6 months out of the year, but the other 6, it's gravy. I get that, man. Yeah. It's big business down here in Florida for sure. One of my friends owns his own refrigeration company and does AC, but mostly refrigeration, and he's killing it. And then my neighbor across the street does commercial HVAC work for a huge company. And they do pretty good, man. They do pretty good, you know. Amy Welsh, Hill, Penis Game Amy. You bet your sweet ass I am. A damn turtle. Woo! We got to make more turtles. Last night I was in a group chat with Josh, another awesome listener of the show and friend, and his wife. And we were talking about turtles, and it was pretty late last night. And I started asking him the questions. You know, you got to get 4 of them right. I was going to anoint him via face chat. And he did not get any of the questions right, but I could hear his wife saying the correct answers to the questions. And I was like, oh, we pretty much confirmed your wife, man, you know? So then his phone died, and I was getting through the process of anointing her, and his phone died. So she's still on the fence with being a turtle, but I think we might have one more. And I know if I anoint enough turtles, I don't know if anointed is the right word, but if I get enough, like I think 200, I become a master turtle. Like 500, I become like a grand master turtle or something. I've got to do some research. I'm not really sure, but it's pretty badass. You bet your sweet ass. Penis game, Amy. Hell yeah. Oh, man. So a lot of things went down over the last 2 days, and there's some things I didn't really get to last night. It's kind of, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy. Like, I know a lot of radio hosts say that if you're good, you don't need phone calls. And then a lot of radio programs that I enjoy are heavy on the phone calls. So for me, I personally enjoy it. I love getting phone calls. I love interacting with people in the chat room. It's fun. So last night, I didn't get to some of the content that I wanted to get to, but it was amazing to have some serious Jerry Springer style phone conversations with you guys, man. It was pretty badass. What kind of pyramid scheme is that, Shane B? It is the ancient, what is it? The ancient fraternal order of turtles? I'll explain it to you. As a pilot, you might want to be a part of it. Shane B, I'll call you after the show tonight, and we'll talk about it if you're available. But there's a huge story that popped up today as I was doing a little bit of show prep. And, I was busy today with Patrick's show, so I didn't get to listen to the talk shows that I normally listen to. I caught a little bit of Shannon's show today. So this came out, and it's everywhere here. Now, I Googled this, and I didn't see anything about it, okay? I only scrolled down like half a page. But then I DuckDuckGo'd it, and it's just everywhere. From fee.org, dailyangle.com, usanews.com, what do we got here? Euronews.com, westernjournal.com, forbes.com, survivethenews.com. That sounds credible. Another Western Journal, yahoo.com, and they all have the same headline. The vaccine confirms better protection than natural immunity. And it basically says that the CDC study says that natural immunity provides significantly more protection. So the agency noted that natural immunity provided more efficacious as the Delta variant became predominant and vaccine-induced immunity for many began to wane. The CDC also highlighted that the study took place before the Omicron became the dominant variant in the United States and before the impact of booster shots could be adequately measured. So they're still a little on the fence. They don't want to go with this narrative mainstream. They still want to kind of not take responsibility for being wrong, is what I'm gathering. But according to the CDC themselves, they're reporting that natural immunity provides more protection than the vaccine. Now, I mean, if you take 5 shots, I guess I've got 7 vaccine shots. I've got 7 COVID shots. So I've got more protection than somebody with natural immunity. I guess there's that argument. To me, it makes no sense at all. There's doctors reporting it as gene therapy. I don't know. But I've been saying this for over a year now, that if natural immunity and natural antibodies provide, and I've seen reports that say that they provide 27% more immunity, if you will, or protection than the vaccine does. So I say things like that on Facebook, or I share a meme that says that, and I get a 30-day ban. Or I get, this is against, it gets fact-checked, and then it says if you continue to post things like this, it's going to push it down lower in the newsfeed, and people won't see it. And that's obvious when you only get 4 or 5 interactions with a post like that. And, so the reason I've been banned on social media is now being proven to be correct, and there's no reciprocation or apology, but none needed. It's fine. Dave the drummer in the chat, he says, I thought the same. He must be talking about the turtle. I thought the turtle was code for cock. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm getting a text right now. Let's see what this is here. This is from Aurora. And maybe I shouldn't. Well, I mean, she's cool like that. A zombie kid that likes turtles. Okay, I'll pull that up. She put it in the. All right, she put it in the chat. I wonder if this will work in the chat, straight from the chat here. You know what? I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to ruin the feed. I got a very low tech. Here we go. I got you, Aurora. I'll pull it up over here, and then I'll turn it on. Here we go. All right, let's check it out. Zombie kid likes turtles. You kidding me? What are we about to watch?
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend the zombie Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think? I like turtles. All right, you're a great zombie. Good times here at the Waterfront Village, open for the next 11 days. So back.
And then they burned Portland down right after that. That's hilarious. I like turtles. Oh, thank you, Aura. Oh my God, this chat room's on fire. Dave the Drummer, I got warned for sharing Justin's show just because he mentioned the Wuhan on his show. Yeah, remember they were suppressing the Shannon Burke show on YouTube because they were talking about ivermectin. I don't know if you guys know this, but you know how people say, do your part to protect other people. Wear your mask to protect other people, not just to protect yourself. Take the vaccine. Do your part to protect other people. Well, you know what I've been doing to protect other people? I've been taking ivermectin prophylactically because I have a horse dick. So stupid. What else do we got here? Antibody-dependent enhancement is real. I'm glad I have the wherewithal to educate myself on the functions of complicated integrated systems. I like my immune system just the way it is, untainted as much as I can. You know, Balls Deep, I am with you 100% on that. I also have type O negative blood. So that means that I have highly desirable blood and semen because I'm unvaccinated and my DNA is unaltered. So anybody out there that's looking to be artificially inseminated or, you know, inseminated in other ways, let me know. I make beautiful children. And, you know, if you need a blood transfusion, I can help you with that too. Is he being serious right now? Lawrence Ross in the chat. There's a great drop they play on the Howard Stern show of Sal the stockbroker saying, I'm a turtle. You guys, you're killing me here, killing me. What else we got here? Turtle Kid is a champion. Yeah, apparently. Can you post your address in the chat, please? Who, me? What, for the for the highly desirable, very rare, unvaccinated semen and type O negative blood? Yeah, I could probably do that. Hit me up in the private chat. Lawrence Ross says, I'm a blood transfusion recipient. When I was 5 months old, I turned blue. Reminds me of that Pink Floyd song. You know, when I was a child, I had a fever. My hands swelled up like two balloons. Could you imagine that, like, feeling that way? Oh, my God. China would love my liver. Puerto Rican Mango in the chat. What's up? Sleazy Whitefish in the chat. This is cool. Are we getting raided? What's going on? I love it. Don't go to Louisiana. I hear they love turtle stew. Have you guys, I don't know if you watched last night, but have you ever seen Turtle's penis? Hold on a second. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. The penis game Amy right now is like, I want to see the turtle dick. I want to see it. Been waiting for it. Comfortably Numb, disc 2, track number 6 on the wall. That's what I love about Lawrence Ross. The memory of an elephant. You know what I mean? He's quick on the draw, always there to say something real. You know what? Lawrence Ross would be like one of the best like co-hosts or third mics, being able to do, he wouldn't even have to do the research real quick on the laptop. You know, he's already got it in his head. You know what I mean? But probably better and more comfortable as a host, which is what he does now. Yeah. So to me, it's just, it's, there's so much nonsense going around, and I got called angry again today. And, you know, I don't want to keep going to conversations that I've had with people and calling them out like we did last night with, what's his name? But this comic, we'll just call him Tom. He's up my butt all the time. That didn't sound right. But I posted something, I shared something on Facebook, and it was basically an article. It was like a screenshot of an article about the government control leading to a lack of monoclonal antibodies. And if you live in Florida, or if you pay any attention to the debacle with monoclonal antibodies, you'll realize that Governor DeSantis was a big fan of using them and setting up places where people could get the treatment. And then the federal government came out and said, you guys are hogging it. We need to take it away so we could share it with other states that don't even want to use it. And I posted that, and I got just so much crap from this Tom, this comedian guy. And he actually followed it up today, which is weird. It's been 4 days, and he keeps jumping back in. And today he said, you seem angry. I seem angry. And I replied to him by saying, don't confuse me calling you out as anger. That doesn't mean that I'm angry. Just because you're not willing to listen to factual data and instead are repeating what you hear on the news and being emotional doesn't mean that I'm angry. You know what I mean? And he doesn't stop. And so then I would say, I would say you're being gullible. Oh, Kevin, the name calling. I'm like, hey, you're being hypocritical. Oh, Kevin, you're calling me names. I'm sorry, but they're warranted. It's not like I'm calling you, I did call him a douchebag, I'm pretty sure. But he deserved it. The guy deserved it, man. Pump up the volume, please. Is it too quiet? I mean, I'm at the same levels I always am. All right, let's see here. All right. Hold on a second. Let me do a quick sound check here. Let's see if this is, here we go.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
How's that? Is that pretty good? What about this?
I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Whoa! Pump the brakes, sir. Come on now. Balls deep, the government is implementing race-based healthcare considerations, which is a violation of the Civil Rights Act. Yeah, you're right. Submit complaints to the GAO, Governor Accountability Office, and documented. Justice will come. I like that approach. Instead of just throwing your arms up and complaining, you've got an avenue to, honestly take care of it. That's cool. Rusty says, honestly, you could turn that creepy guy down. I'm sorry, but that's just, it indeed is incredibly creepy. You know what I mean? It really is. Thank you, Fletcher Town. I think we got it. All right. I did pump up my mic a little bit. I'll talk a little closer to it for you. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it becomes exhausting at some point. It really does. And I feel like, like with this guy, Tom, we go back and forth. If I wanted to, I could take these links here about the CDC study that just came out last night or whatever it was, saying natural immunity provides more protection than the waning vaccine. And I could also share with him more data from the CDC. Or how about the CEO of Pfizer saying that the 2 shots are ineffective now, especially against the Omicron. And that the 3rd shot is somewhat protective, and they're looking to approve a 4th shot. So if it already failed 3 times, why have a 4th one if it's not going to do anything about the Omicron? Then they're like, well, we're going to make one specific for the Omicron. Well, by the time you do that, the Omicron's going to be done. It's already going to make its way through the entire population, and everybody's going to have the natural antibodies. It's all about money. It's a big money grab, a transfer of wealth, and it's a quest to get on board with a one world currency, a new world order, if you will, a great reset. There's many different ways to describe what's happening. And I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I hope it doesn't. It's getting ridiculous. It really is. But I could share that with this guy, Tom, and he wouldn't even look at it. He would say something else that he would be parroting from Don Lemon or something like that, And I still can't believe that grown-ass adults are still doing that. I just don't understand it. 1 shot, 2 shot, red shot, blue shot. I didn't know you were a rapper, Shane B. Hey, oh. Anyway, yeah, that it boggles my mind. It really does. It absolutely boggles my mind. What else we got here? Anyway, what do you guys think? Sleazy Whitefish in the chat. It's fascinating how steadfast people are in their ignorance on both sides. I agree. It is on both sides. But here's something interesting. And when I hear the both sides argument, we all know, and Patrick Welsh and I talked about this today, that most of the politicians are, either crooked or not being accurate or pandering. Okay. So the both sides argument definitely stands. But when you have one side that has a $3 billion propaganda push between their own entities and the media, the mainstream media, the media that's on every TV and every restaurant, bar, airport, gangway, concourse, walking through a stadium, and the commercials. Like I was in a Walgreens in my neighborhood the other day, and I'm walking through the Walgreens, picking up a couple of items, like toilet paper. They had a sale on toilet paper. I was trying to hoard as much as I could. And the Muzak, they say Muzak with an A, Muzak. was playing, and it's just like, some background music through the speakers in the Walgreens. And then all of a sudden it stopped and it said, "Attention Walgreens shoppers, make your way back to the pharmacy and inquire about our free COVID-19 vaccines. This message was brought to you by Pfizer." Just like that, almost verbatim. And I threw my hands up like, are you kidding me? Like it's literally pounded down our throats all the time. You can't get away from it. So, and that's why I don't blame people for being scared to death. It's nonstop. So the both sides of the aisle argument is, I look at it like this. One side has all of that happening. The other side is suppressed, censored, pushed down in Google searches. Spokespeople are banned from social media. You dare say anything about it, and they censor and say it's a copyright claim, or it doesn't meet their community standards, or it gets fact checked. So if one side is really winning on getting their message out, and we all know it's BS, and the other side is saying, hey, that's BS, but they're being silenced, it's hard to continue to have that both sides suck mentality. Although we all know both sides suck, one side is trying to say, well, that's really not how it's going. Why won't you consider these other ideas and these other things? And the other side is like, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You can't say that. You're spreading misinformation. You're killing grandma. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Let's see here. Scrolling back up here. Balls Deep says, I think the up-down political compass is more impactful than the left-right dynamic. I could agree with that, sure. When you see people like Adam Schiff heading or co-heading a committee about an insurrection, but they won't let people like Jim Jordan talk or be a part of the same committee, you're only getting one side. It's not fair. It's not fair. Lawrence Ross says, as the great George Carlin said, it's a big club and you ain't in it. Yep, that's true. I agree. It's sad how they push it to 5-year-olds. Thank you, Shane B. That is a huge red flag for me. I can't stand that. I think it's disgusting. Sleazy Whitefish, one sucks more than the other. Yes. Okay. Agreed. Steve in the chat. What's up, man? This is one of the guys. If it wasn't for my friend Steve Callback right there in the chat, I probably wouldn't be here doing this right now. Man, I believe I talked about Steve a few months ago. He came down to Florida to watch a Chicago Bears Bucks game, and I got to meet up with him in his hotel with his buddy, and we went out for a snack and a couple of beers, and caught up. It had been like 20 years since I've seen him, and we used to sit there when we were like 21, 23 years old, and we were still sitting in the apartment, listening to Dr. Demento, making prank phone calls, laughing our balls off, just being silly. And man, those days, that is what shaped me into the dork that I am today. Thanks for making me a dork, Steve. He says, we now have to show proof of a jab if we want to go to the restaurant, gym, or event, or anywhere really. But you don't have to show ID to vote. Wow. Lawrence Ross says, Bill Hicks had a great way to describe politics in America. It's one guy holding both puppets. I could agree with that as well. We got a call here. Let's check it out. Balls Deep says we're seeing the authoritarian tilt, and it sucks. I agree with that as well. Let's take a call here. Hey, you're live on the Kevin Holly Show. Who's that?
Penis Game Amy.
Penis Game Amy. What's up, girl?
Well, talking about the vaccine, I don't know if you've seen the series on Hulu called Dope Sick.
I saw the title, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. It's all about the opioid epidemic and Pfizer's role and the Sackler family's role and the FDA's role. And the whole series makes me think about the vaccine. Mm-hmm. And it's all about money.
It is, man. It's obvious
and
at this point.
And who's making money off of this. And the whole thing is so corrupt. And that's why I'm not going to have any part of it, you know?
Let me ask you this. If you were, I'm not going to ask your medical history, but let's say that you had 2 shots and then you see something like that. And then you see the CDC saying that natural immunity is better for you. Then you see other doctors saying, well, it's almost like gene therapy. Would you feel that now you don't want to get the booster? Or could you understand somebody having that point of view? I guess I should say.
No, I can't, because I haven't gotten any shots, you know, and I haven't had COVID. Maybe I had, but, you know, I'm a big girl, and so I had the sniffles, maybe a cough, but so what, you know? I think the whole thing is just getting blown so out of proportion and so politicized. It's just ridiculous at this point.
I agree. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that took the first couple of jabs, Holland included. She's told me, like, I don't know if I want to get any more. I got so sick from it, and I still got sick.
Yeah.
And people are scared now that because of there's no long-term data that's been collected, they don't want to tell you any of the reports of people that have been sick or injured from the vaccine.
The evidence has been sealed for 75 years.
Well, I believe they opened that back up.
That's a big warning red flag.
Yeah, the fact that they even tried that. I believe it's been opened back up and they're going to start slowly releasing information. But the fact that they even tried that is a red flag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree, man. And I think that a lot of us, they called us conspiracy theorists. Remember, I had that ring around my profile picture on Facebook and it said extremist. And they shopped that picture to people on my friends list and said, have you been exposed to Kevin Holly's posts or any other extremists? Click this link below to get help if you think you need the help, And I'm like, how dare them? They're shopping that around to people like in my Facebook. That's my children's teachers that I'm friends with and stuff like that. It's like directly affecting me in my community. Right. So now the things that I said or posted on Facebook, most of it shared, not original, shared, that got me extremist status. And now those things are being said by the CDC as truth. They're saying, well, the antibodies are better than the vaccine. And that's what I was saying. And so where's the apology tour where they're going to say this person that had an extremist ring around his profile picture now no longer has that ring. Instead, it has a ring of apology. We're sorry we called you an extremist. You know what I mean? Why isn't that going around? Yeah, it's never going to happen. Such bullshit, man. It's I mean, I know it's stupid to say, but if you're going to go one route and then be wrong, you better go the other route to be even keeled. If you're not, then how social is your social media? Doesn't seem very social,
I agree.
Yeah, thanks. You know why I agree with you a lot? Because we're both Are you a turtle?
You bet your sweet ass I am.
Yes. I got to tell you, I texted my Mason friend, my older brother, and I was like, dude, I talked about how I became a turtle, on the air, and I asked, is anybody in the chat or listening a turtle? And Penis Game Amy said she was, and then she called in, and I asked her, "Are you a turtle?" And she said, "You bet your sweet ass I am." And he's like, "That's awesome," So I'm getting my lapel pin and my card. I think tomorrow. It was supposed to be today, but listen, Amy, do you have the lapel and the card?
I don't know, because when I did it was way back when. So
well, I'm going to look into this and see if I can get you one. All right.
Okay. Cool.
Hell yeah, that'll be badass. It's a cool looking lapel.
All right. Sweet.
All right. Well, let me let you go, and I'm going to try and roll through calls. Like last night, I had 5 people on at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah, but dude, thanks for calling. And hey, recap for everybody. Penis Game Amy. For those of you, I know it's a Thursday night show. And we have we always get new listeners. Penis Game Amy is going to be doing this. What is it? A triathlon? I guess you call it.
Yeah, escape from Alcatraz. Yes.
Right. So you're gonna swim from Alcatraz to the mainland and then run and cycle with a bunch of other athletes. And
yes.
When is this event and how can people find it?
It's June 5th, and if you just Google "Escape from Alcatraz Triathlon," so it's you swim from Alcatraz to the across the bay, and then you bike 18 miles, and then you run 8. No big deal.
And you can watch coverage on the internet, streaming, probably YouTube and whatnot. So
there will be streaming, yes, definitely. But
yeah.
The website escapefromalcatraztriathlon.com.
So you're gonna have to wear that turtle lapel on the back ass part of your wetsuit so people see it as you come up and down.
Well, when I cross the finish line, I'm having a banner made. So if you want the Kevin Holly show mentioned, I could put it.
Yeah, I'll
somewhere.
sponsor you. I'll kick in, however, to make that happen. Yeah, that'd be killer.
I don't need money. I mean, I'll just put your logo up there.
Well, I mean, nothing's free in life. I would really love that though. That would be so badass.
Okay.
Yeah.
In exchange, all I want to see is your penis.
Okay, I guess that's a deal. It's really easy. That doesn't cost anything. Oh man, she wants to see my penis.
All right, later, dude.
Later, Penis Game Amy. Thanks, baby.
Bye.
See ya. Oh my gosh, she's so cool. I love that girl. That's awesome. Look in the chat. Lawrence Ross says, I have a sad story to tell you. It may hurt your feelings a bit, but last night I went into my bathroom and I stepped in a big pile of shaving cream. I often wonder if we are experiencing a real-life version of the movie Outbreak. Balls Deep says their apology will be a double and triple down. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They aren't going to apologize to me or make some special banner that's like a side-by-side, the original extremist banner, and then a picture, the same picture with a different banner that says, not an extremist, we're really sorry, he's cool. They won't do that. They'll double down. Yeah, they'll say, look at this crazy right-wing Trumper talking about how the vaccines aren't any good, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you're totally right, Balls Deep. Shane B says, contagion. I'm sorry. A, I can't see. B, I can't spell. Dave the drummer says, go Amy, we're all pulling for you. Hell yeah. We'll fill some holes says, everybody wants to see it now. Hey, you know, I mean, kind of a private guy when it comes to my Pepe, you know. You have to earn it. No, like Amy's going to earn it. She's going to put a banner on her. She's going to put a logo on her banner. I mean, I should, you guys. All right. I have a really gross anecdote that has a lot to do with my Pepe. Real quick, Lawrence in the chat. Well, you had mentioned Dr. Demento. He's basically the guy who discovered Weird Al. Yes. There's going to be a movie about him, and Daniel Radcliffe is going to play him. Correct. I saw that yesterday, a headline. Excuse me. I bet Steve Kalbach is, that's how I saw it. Steve Kalbach was in, we both follow Weird Al, and he commented, and you know how you see your friends comment on big pages like that? And I saw that he was excited about it. Balls Deep, I've been correcting those, trying to label me as a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a spoiler alertist. Yes, you are. We all are. All of us like-minded people, man. It's ridiculous. And I don't want to rub it in anybody's face. I really don't care to, except for people like Tom, who's just so dumb still. It's just like dumb. I'm sorry I'm calling you names, but you're being dumb. So I call it like I see it, Tom. You know? Stop being dumb. So speaking of my Pepe, I worked in this very prominent, Greek restaurant. It's no secret. Down on the Sponge Docks in beautiful Tarpon Springs, Florida. A wonderful place. And they were very, very strict. And very, very busy and very, very well staffed. And one day, we had this one server who did not have a vehicle, and he didn't have a phone either. He honestly, Big James will call him. He was one of the best servers I've ever seen. When he was on his game, he was just fantastic. Real handsome, muscular, tall, handsome guy, right? And he was a white guy, not a Greek dude. You know, I guess Greek people are white people, but you know what I'm saying. And So he basically came up to me one day, and now the rule on the floor at this restaurant was don't ever look at your telephone. If you're caught looking at your phone, you better be looking for a job on your phone. That better be why you're looking at your phone, because if you're caught, you're fired. You know, that's how strict they were, which is cool, you know. Karen in the chat says, I love Dr. Demento. I listen to him every Sunday night for years in my youth. Me too, baby. Oh my God, me too. So I'm and there was like 36 cameras around this restaurant, and the owners watched the cameras, man. They really did, you know. So, and I'm not saying anything bad. These people are family to me. I love them. Okay, I was just there 2 days ago, grabbed a coffee. Yeah, I grabbed a couple coffees actually, and it was fantastic. But anyway, so they were very strict, and Big James comes up to me and he's like, hey man, can I borrow your cell phone so I can call for a taxi so I can get out of here? I got to go. My shift's over, you know? And I'm like, I guess, you know, and I was friendly with James. I would give him rides and stuff, but, he's kind of a mooch, you know? So rightfully so. The guy, you know, didn't have a car or a phone. So, long story short, he's like, can I borrow your phone? So I'm like, sure. I pull it out of my apron and I hand it to him like side to side so nobody could see it, you know? And I'm like, you know the deal, dude. Don't get busted with my phone, you know? And he's like, relax, man. I'm just going to go. Actually, it was Buck, my friend Buck. I got Buck a job there, and he got Buck's phone. And Buck gave him the phone and said that. And so James was like, relax, man. I'm just going to go into the bathroom or whatever, and then I'll come back out and give it to you. So he comes back out like way later. And he comes up to me, Big James comes up to me, and he's like, hey, you're friends with Buck, right? And I said, yeah. And he's like, well, here's his phone. And he slips it in my shirt pocket. Like, just boop. where everybody on it was like so obvious, you know. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, just give it back to Buck. I got to run. My cab's outside. I'm like, all right, I'll give it back to him, you dick. Not, you know, until I go in the bathroom and take a picture of my dick and make it his wallpaper and then tell him it's your dick. And he's like, no. And I'm like, watch me. And I went right into the bathroom because we were standing right there. And I went in the bathroom and now get this. Now, when you're a server or a bartender and you're in a busy restaurant, especially if you're working a double, a lot of times one of the tricks of the trade is to take some baby powder and put it on your junk when you get out of the shower. This way you don't get that monkey butt or assus chafsis. I used to call it assus chafsis. And you're more comfortable throughout the day with a little baby powder on your nutsack, whatever, you know, just like a little bit like that, right? So I had done that. And when I went into the bathroom to take a selfie, and it was a flip phone, by the way, and it was like a razor. And I went to take a picture of my junk, and I pull it out, and I peed first, right? And then I flipped the phone open and I took a picture without looking because it was a flip phone. I just put the screen right up to it and making gravy. I love this. And balls deep. So I put the phone up to it and just blindly took a picture, like, and it made the noise and everything. And then I pulled the phone up to my face to look at it. And it was a super close up of the head of my shaft, you know, with the chip, like, say it's round like this, and there's that little chip, like, you know, kind of like looking a little different, whatever. And it was all, you know how, if you've ever seen a penis, Amy can confirm this. If you put baby powder on a penis, you can really see all of the, like a fingerprint. Like, you look at your fingerprint, you know, your penis kind of has a fingerprint, if you will. You see all the imperfections and abnormalities of the way the skin is just wrapped around it, you know, the wrinkles and everything else, you know. So I look at this picture and it's this giant pasty white picture of the tip of my junk, but the urethra was still a little moist because I just peed, you know? So there's like a little like wet hole in the middle of it. And I almost puked in my own mouth. I was like, oh God, it was so, okay, I could draw a picture. It was so gross. And, so I looked at it. I'm like, oh, this is so nasty. Now, excuse the red here. It wasn't red. That's the only color I've got here. So, this is what it looked like. I'll draw the actual screen, and then it was like, and then there's a little chip imperfection there. And then there's like a wet hole right there. And then it was all pasty, you know, it kind of looked something like that, you know? And, I was so grossed out and my hands were shaking and, hold on a second. So, my hands were kind of shaking and I made it his wallpaper on his home screen. And I went and I found Buck and I said, hey man, James gave me your cell phone. Let's go into the silverware rolling section here real quick. And I'll put it in your apron. I'll transfer it, you know? And he's like, all right, cool. So we walk over into this like little like closet type area where all the silverware's at and people hang their coats up, you know? And I slipped the phone into his apron. And then I was like, and I see James and he's like, no way. And I like winked at him like, yeah, way, dude. And on my way over to Buck, I stopped and told Jaybird, I'm like, wait till you see this, dude. I just took a picture of my dick and put it as a home screen on Buck's phone because James was borrowing Buck's phone. And I'm telling him that it was his dick. Watch. So, I'm like, oh, hey, Buck, by the way, your phone was buzzing in my apron. I know you said something about your mom maybe picking you up. I don't know if she's trying to call you, you know, so you might want to check your phone when you get a chance. And he's like, okay. So he heads right to the bathroom to check his phone. And I follow, and then I'm like, and Jay follows, you know, and we walk, and we're standing by the bathroom door, and we hear this, like, oh, good God. And he comes out, and he's like all mad. And I'm like, what is it? What is it, dude? Why are you mad? And he goes, there's a picture of a dick on my phone. What? I'm like, oh my God, did James take a picture of his dick and make it your home screen? And Buck's like, yeah, that sick mother effer. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, you're not the first person. I should have warned you, but I didn't know you gave him your phone. Never give James your phone. He does that to everybody. I'm like, you know, he's gay, right? I just totally threw him under the bus, man. And, Lawrence in the chat, you said you blindly took a picture. I do that every day. So, yeah, long story short, so Buck stays a little later. I get cut. I go home and, my phone rings And it's a text message from Buck. And he's like, my mom just saw a picture of your dick. And I text back, did she recognize it? And he texts back, yeah, she says it looks like a dick, only smaller. That was pretty disgusting, but I thought I'd share that with you. There's in case you want to see what it looked like. It was a lot like that. Anyway, it is an interesting turn that we just took. But, you know, it was a subject matter earlier today. A lot of people were asking, so I figured I'd share that with you. Be careful what you wish for, penis game, Amy, because I might dress it up for the picture. Could you imagine? Like, I put a little turtle costume on it, you know, like, hey, it's like a little shell, and I put like a couple pieces of bread, some green moldy bread, and I just put it through there and take a picture of the end of it sticking out. Like, look, it's a turtle penis. Hey. Oh my God. Oh, that's great. So, man, we're getting lots of text here. Lots going on here. Oh, it's Holland. She says she don't feel good. I'm sorry, baby. All right, it's all good. I'm looking at the breaking news here and some of the news of the day, and one of these headlines says, COVID at-home tests are coming, but are they coming fast enough? Well, balls deep like Al Pacino in Scarface. That's a great analogy. He's got all the coke on his face. That's exactly what it looked like, yes. And I should have made it talk. Like, if he had a smartphone, I would have made like a video for his home screen, like, oh yeah, say hello to my little friend. Oh, hey. You ever seen one of these before? Oh. So are these tests coming fast enough? Because, like, if you need a test so badly to find out if you have a common cold or Omicron, by the time you get the test, you're going to be over the Omicron, right? What the hell? Who cares? Why? You know what I mean? And then maybe you should stock up on these tests because they're not giving up. If you want to be able to go to an event, you're going to have to show a negative test. So you may as well get 4 free ones, or whatever they're offering, and just keep them on standby and swab your nose before you go into a bar. You know, it's ridiculous. Lawrence Ross in the chat says it was a great visual gag on South Park one time where they were drawing a map and it was like a penis. Say goodnight to the bad guy. Hey. Oh, that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. It's like a coked out turtle in between two moldy pieces of bread, you know? Like, oh God, I had so much coke. Oh, what do I do? You bet your sweet ass. Oh. What do we got in strange news tonight? A baby orangutan being bottle fed intrigues others. I don't see what's so strange about that. People bottle feed baby orangutans all the time. Germany criticizes a Czech tycoon's 257 mile per hour Autobahn ride. That sounds like a lot of fun. Check this out. What's the fastest you've ever gone? Besides an airplane, like in a vehicle that you were either a passenger or driving. Hit me up in the chat here. What's the fastest you've ever gone? I've hit like in a car, probably a little over $120, $130. On a motorcycle, it was too fast for me to look down, but probably like over $150. On the track, of course. Aurora says 100. Balls Deep says 140. Will Fill Some Holes 110. At 110, I had an RX-7 and it started getting the death wobble in the back. This guy, a Czech tycoon in Germany, the transport ministry has criticized a stunt that saw a Czech millionaire drive his high-powered sports car along a public highway at speeds of up to 257 miles per hour. Hey, caller, call back. I totally forgot about you. I'm so sorry. A video posted online this month shows a gentleman named Radim Passer. That's a great last name for a dude doing 257 in a Bugatti Passer. He reached extreme speeds on a stretch of Germany's A2 Autobahn between Berlin and Hanover. Beneath the video, the Passer wrote that the stunt was filmed last year on a 6-mile straight section with 3 lanes and visibility along the whole stretch. Safety was a priority, so the circumstances had to be safe to go, he said. But the car could be seen passing several other vehicles on the highway, and the light in the video suggests it was at twilight. So we all know there's no speed limit but they do, reject any behavior in road traffic that leads or can lead to endangering road users. That's pretty badass. So he was, according to Forbes, he's the 33rd richest person with a wealth of 6.6 billion Czech crowns, about $308 million. And he placed his faith in more than just his driving skills. Let's see here. He was driving a Bugatti Chiron. Is that like Gary Chiron from Van Halen? Remember Gary Chiron? I think it's spelled the same way. Looking in the chat, 2000 Ford Olds Aurora 194. Wow, that's really pushing that fucker to the limits, man. 196. M3 160. That's nominal. I can believe that. Bob Clark in the chat says, "Hey, just found you, Bob in Pensacola." Thanks, Bob. Cool. I didn't mean to say your last name. Maybe I shouldn't have. Bob in Pensacola. Rusty says, 79 miles an hour on my KTM 250 SX, 130 in a car, 100 something on a crotch rocket. Lawrence Ross, anyone going slower than you is an idiot, and anybody going faster than you is a maniac. That's a George Carlin quote. Well done. 6 miles, 90 seconds. That's pretty cool. Do the math on that. Sheck Dude was cruising. Yeah, that's pretty badass, man. I don't know if I could do that. And the caller that I just ignored, I'm so sorry. I'm such a dick. We're going to take a break here in a minute. So call after the break, and I would love to talk to you. I'm really sorry about that. So yeah, that being said, I've got a Harley Davidson Softail right now. It's got a 4 5/8 stroke kit, S&S cases. It's pretty badass. Mounted to a 6-speed. It's a 92 with an O2 frame. Everything's Frankenstein. It barely matches up. It's so awesome. And I've pegged it before. And again, I didn't even look at the speedometer. You know what I mean? At that speed on a bike like that, I mean, who knows? I could have been doing 100. I could have been doing 140. I have no idea. But it's insane. And I did that in a residential neighborhood. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Rusty says, I wasn't looking at the speedometer on the crotch rocket. My dirt bike was a max speed according to the GPS. I've done that before. You get a GPS app on your phone. I've slipped my phone and rubber band strapped it down into my RC car to see how fast my RC cars go, which is pretty cool. The GPS worked great on my boat too, because you can never trust those boat speedometers. But yeah, get the app on your phone and you're good to go. Yeah, you get lifted off the seat over 100. I get it, man. I only had one crotch rocket in my life. I mean, I've had some sport bikes, but only one was like a real bona fide crotch rocket, and I don't really know if I ever tried to max that thing out. It wasn't that great. But did you say peg? I did. I think pegging, peg bros. All right, let's do this. Let's take our only break, and that'll be a lot of fun. Breaks are always a lot of fun, and we'll come back in just a few minutes. It'll be a short break with more of the Kevin Holly Show. Thanks for listening. Call the show after the break if you like, 727-550-7886. And we'll talk about baby orangutans when we come back.
You're listening to WBRFM. Real radio for real people.
Hi, this is Lisa London, and you are listening to The Kevin Holly Show.
Hi, this is Andrew from The Harps, and you're listening to IRM. Enjoy it!
Uncle Sam, he wants you, but not Kevin Holly. Like Trump said, no in the army.
Hey, this is a cat named Mo from 102.5 The Bone, and you are listening to The Kevin Holly Show on Internet Radio. Don't call it a podcast.
Hi, this is Andrew from The Harps, and you're listening to iHeart Radio. Enjoy it!
you flying so high like a paradise. You can see me roam 13 like a paradise. Look into my soul for love for Mary Jane, Spider-Man, Kush, Peter Parkin. On the flame, everywhere I go, everything I say. Never back down, cause we're here to stay. Because I roll up, roll out, roll out. There's not a thing I wouldn't do. I wanna smoke it with you. Because I roll up, roll out, roll out. There's not a thing I wouldn't do. I wanna smoke it with you. I wanna smoke it with you. I wanna smoke it with you. Because I roll up, roll out, roll out. There's not a thing I wouldn't do. I wanna smoke it with you. Because I roll up, roll out, roll out. There's not a thing I wouldn't do. I wanna smoke it with you. I wanna smoke it with you. I wanna smoke it with you. I wanna smoke it with you.
Matt Williams on The Kevin Holly Show. He takes the will out of your will to live.
Hi, this is Kevin Holly, host of The Kevin Holly Show on the IRN Internet Radio Network. Catch me this week on To Catch a Predator. Wait, what? Who wrote this? What? No. Trucker Rob. Trucker Rob. Trucker Rob. Trucker Rob. Trucker Rob. Trucker Rob. Drive a truck. Trucker Rob. Driving trucks is all he wants to do. Drive a truck. Trucker Rob. Driving trucks because he loves you.
When something is consummated, that means that two people got fucked, and then you're coming along and 9 months later, asshole.
You came out the asshole? So did I.
I don't know how much these guys are. They're limited.
What the fuck? Well, why did I deserve that, man?
Fucking, one of them went to a walk-in college, and the other one didn't go very far to school at all. He only lived a couple blocks away.
Walk-in college. It's such a thing of the past. Those walk-in colleges.
Chris Glick on the Kevin Holly Show. When he's in the room, he's chatting off.
Fuck this podcast coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got a bag 'cause I'm not brown. And I'm the other color, so my co-hosts think they have the authority to talk for the majority. Fuck that shit, 'cause I ain't the one for a homeless motherfucker with a mic and some puns to be beaten on. He's really pale, he can go blow Joe in the middle of a sale. Fucking with me, 'cause I'm a broadcaster. With a co-host who's drunk and plastered. Jay's sitting in his car, listening to a podcast, thinking every wigger is busting a podcast. You never see me in the pen or Pop's Jim Nall walking Chuck's dogs. Beat a podcast out of shape, and when I'm finished, bring the yellow tape to take off the scene of the slaughter and keep homeless Chuck away from your daughter. I don't know if Jay's a fag or what, patting Kevin down and showing his nuts, and on the other hand, homeless Chuck, he never gets none, not from a black or a white woman, 'cause he falls down on the street top. Homeless Chuck solicits sex from a black cop. Jay-Bird will swarm on any motherfucker with a gold microphone. Just because I'm from Newport Richie, punk podcasts are afraid of me. A young wigger on a warpath. And when I'm finished, it's gonna be my podcast with Pops, Homeless Chuck, and Jay. Yo, Jay, I got something to say. Fuck this podcast. Fuck this podcast. Fuck this podcast. Fuck this podcast. Yeah, fuck this podcast. Fuck you, Camden. Fuck you, Jay. Fuck you, homeless Chuck. What's up, Pops? Yeah. What's up, Pops? Yeah. Fuck this podcast.
State, not right in the head. Silence all around me is the last thing I said as I pump my brain full of metaphorical lead. As time goes on, these thoughts of mine are only getting older. As days go by, these sleepless nights are only getting colder. Friends I have, they try to help, but I give them the shoulder. They say that happiness is in the eye of the beholder. Another day, another time, we can live another life. The pattern that I see.
This radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
Got a pirate radio station. Nobody knows who he is.
You out there? You listening?
Welcome back, everybody. Holy crap, we got a full chat room. It looks like I got raided. Who raided me? Is it that guy?
I'm like, we raided an empty building.
We got Patrick Berge in the house here. Let me get the camera on you. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, there we go. Oh, my God.
That barely helped. It's the best I can do on that feed there. That's fine. It's all good. You don't need to be on camera. We're trying to get listeners, not to get them to tune out.
You always said I've got a great face for radio, Kevin.
Oh, stop with the weird shock jock stuff, Pat. Hey,
No,
so-
you said that.
No, you're saying I said that, but I didn't say that. So, wow, look at all these people. Missing Parts, Scratch and
Hi,
Sniff,
Missing
Eyes Wide
Parts.
Open. Hell yeah, look at all these guys, man. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy it. Bergie is one of my better friends. I've known Bergie for a handful of years, about 5 years now, 6 years, something like that.
He's one of the few that will acknowledge that.
Well,
leave his car alone.
so check it out. A little backstory with Bergie. Now, a lot of my audience is tired of Bergie because he's a loud, interrupting mother effer. But that being said, Bergie's been on the show.
I've been called an asshole recently a lot, too.
He's been on the show many, many times. We've done 3-4 hour shows together probably 50 times. I hosted
way more than that.
Yeah, I hosted the Voice of the Veteran for Bergie and ran the board for him before he had his own studio. We have a lot of history, and Bergie is become famous for calling out deep state stuff. And
infamous, probably.
Yeah, probably. And also being
Kevin's got a button.
Here he goes. I do actually have a button.
Because if you say the word ShadowNet.
But listen, when it's just me and Pat, we joke about this a lot off the air. When it's just me and Pat, it's like Glenn Beck and Stu. We bounce off each other and we have a great time. And
I'm Glenn Beck.
We were arguing about who would be Glenn and who would be Stu, and because Pat is more of a podcast streamer type, and I'm more of a radio host type, so I would have to be the Glenn, and you'd have to be the Stu.
Yeah, but then we debated on the use of prescription drugs. And
I don't do prescription drugs. Never have.
Then I went to the. Then I was like, okay, I get to be Glenn.
I guess you're Glenn. Yeah. Are you gonna talk about God and start crying?
I may.
Looking at the chat, Lawrence Ross says, "Does Pat ever yell, 'Get off my phone'?" No.
I've got a cane that I've been practicing. Get off my lawn.
He's got a walking stick. It's
Not
weird.
with me.
Yeah. No, thank God, because I'm scared of it. Bob in the chat says, Bob from Pensacola, he says, hey, thanks to Shane B for telling me about your show and all my other friends on here. Where have I been? Welcome back, Bob. Dude, thank you for tuning in, and I'm glad you enjoy it, my friend. And I'm glad you have friends
here. He doesn't think I'm a dick, does he?
Probably. Everybody does, you know.
Oh, my
God. Jersey Strong in the chat. What's with dick stick, guys? Hey, man, I drew a picture. I drew a picture of my dick earlier, and that's the tip of it. That's what it looks like, with baby powder on it.
With a chip.
Yeah.
Chippy.
So
I know him that well. I know he has a chip in his penis.
Missing Parts.
I know how he claims to have.
Listen, Patrick. Missing Parts wants you to sit in that chair and swing that mic over.
Really?
Yeah. People want to see you.
Really?
Yeah. Eyes Wide Open says hi, Pensacola. Pensacola checking in. Hell yeah.
Over here, they can actually see me.
Yeah. If you sit there, same mic, just swing it over. Just be careful. Yeah. There you go. You got this. I got confidence in you. Don't lean on the mic stand. This is a haphazardly put together studio, rinky dink, if you will, mom and pops. I would be the pops, you'd be the mom. Well, I can't say I'm pops, but if you pull that mic closer to your face, you can do whatever you want. Scratch and shift. That is great. Scratch and shift. I love these people. Oh my God. You know, I've been bombarded today. I was on Patrick Welsh's show, the I'm Not Right Network, and his audience is fantastic.
Fine name.
Yeah, and then now you rated the show, and I've got your audience mixed in with my audience, and it's just a love fest, man. People are cool.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, I really thoroughly enjoy like-minded people. Now, Patrick and I have a history together, and I do mostly comedy, you know, of course. It might not be funny, but...
That was funny.
And Patrick does a deep state type program, more of a streaming show, and... The dichotomy, the mix of ideas that we bounce off of each other.
Like the Discovery Channel with less discovery.
Yeah, there you go. You're like National Geographic with less boobies.
I want to respond to that so badly, but I'm like, shit, that could go wrong 10 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, right on.
Ooh, I'm getting better.
Wicked Shizuku, hello from the heart of
Shih
Dixie. Shizuku.
Shih Tzu.
Okay, whatever.
I think it's a dog.
It might be, yeah. Colin in the chat. My new name is Scratch and Sniff Andy. Well, Shane B, thank you for the props. Calling out the show times: Wednesday at 8, Thursdays at 7. I would follow Patrick into a Djibouti whorehouse.
Djibouti.
Djibouti? What does that say about us as Real Firefly? Well, you know what, though? What it does say about us, about you guys in the audience, and about me and Patrick here sitting here, Patrick and I, it says, it speaks volumes. What it says is that there's a collection of like-minded people, a broadcasting family, if you will, between the hosts, the presenters, the listening audience, and all of the affiliates that carry our programs, the IRN, the Internet Radio Network, with WBRFM. He's doing fantastic.
Tell him I said hello.
I will. And, you know, it's really uplifting and refreshing to have people interact via chat, via phone call. You know what I mean? Because it makes you feel like, wow, you know, I'm touching somebody. Because I don't get to touch people
too easily.
I know.
I'll look down, or I'll forget to did I forget to mute myself or unmute myself?
Please mute yourself. I got you here.
So I'm always, there's like a million things. Kevin does this actually really well. God is my witness. I'm not just like stroking him here, right?
Oh, well, please do.
He's been doing this for quite a while, so. Did this take a while for you to get comfortable with?
Bro, it was such a learning curve for me because
I'm always.
Well, here's the thing. Well, you're very technically savvy. I went to school for electronics engineering. People confuse that with like computer science. You know, I'm not a hardware guy. Well, I'm a hardware guy, not a software guy. So
but this is client side. I'm server side.
So that being said, okay, I had to figure out. My passion is radio. Like I want, eventually, I would love to be signed by an agent and shopped around and have a terrestrial show. Probably a nighttime show would be my slot. You know, your mother's a slot. Anyway,
Laura Logan's got a free agent.
Well, my point though being is that as an aspiring host of what I would love to be a terrestrial radio program, I've learned that. When I first started out, it was just straight up comedy, Homeless Chuck, Jaybird, Pops, right? And it's evolved. And I had this conversation with Mike, Peter, and Glick on the air, talking about how we don't want you to become another Glenn Beck. We want, because a lot of times people progress from comedy to political comedy, and as they get a little older, it's kind of like that dichotomy between when you're younger, you're more of a...
Now, who said they don't want you to progress to a Glenn Beck?
Both Glick and Mike Peter. Stick to your roots, you know?
What I'm saying, what I would just say to that is, who cares? Be who makes Kevin happy, and focus on that. That's how you're real.
So what I did...
You're doing... Oh, by the way, Kevin's going to be doing a stand-up thing.
Oh, no, that's not...
Like in about a week or so.
No,
I will be live streaming
that. It's an
that.
open mic. It's not a thing. It's just an open mic. That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome. They're all open mics.
No. This is not like at a comedy place.
It will be.
It's at a bar, an
You're
open
gonna
mic.
Put something together. It's going to be funny.
It'll be funny and fun, but it's an open mic. I'll do 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
better than watching Koreans doing karaoke. Guaranteed.
What about Koreans doing impressions of... what's that actor? God bless it. We need more cowbell guy.
Koreans doing anything is always good entertainment.
No, Asians.
Remember the We Want Cock?
Yes. Who is that? That actor, the Italian guy. We need more cowbell. Who the hell is in the chat? Look at here. I'm looking in the chat. Someone in the chat.
Yeah, don't look at me.
God bless it. Anyway, we'll get to it. Listen, okay, Real Firefly says open mic is a thing in my opinion. Now, here's the thing with open mics. I've been to a lot of open mics, but I don't go up. I go there because I have friends that are comics, and I've gone to hang out, whatever. So, and I've been to a ton of comedy shows, like at the comedy clubs. You know, I love that stuff. I'm a huge comedy fan, you know. So, but when you go to an open mic, okay, especially one that's popular with the comics, what happens is... they are perfecting their craft. They're not going there to perform. They are going there to perfect their jokes and deliver them and sharpen up. And for somebody like me who doesn't do stand-up comedy, to get in on that list and go up there and take 5 minutes away from somebody else is quite selfish. You know what I mean?
No, that's horrible. That's a lie. That's a coward lie from hell. You get your ass up there, son, because that's what it's about. It doesn't matter if it's open or if you're there, right? It's difficult to stand up in front of a crowd of people and fucking talk and have to remember something.
But I'm doing 5 hours a week on the radio. You know?
But it's different. You got me sitting here.
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck? Who gives a shit? No. when you're in front of a room of people standing at a mic, and that's it, it's you, I will almost certainly be heckling you at the first at the first opportunity. The moment I see like a weakened deer, I will strike, and that will make it
grab
stronger.
a free-range chicken. I don't care how you get it, buy it, or hunt it down with a knife. But treat the animal with respect.
He hides it under the pillow,
Christopher
waiting for the tooth fairy to show.
And he'd be damned if he let the gooks get the greasy little mitts on his son's birthright.
So he hid it in the one place he knew he could.
I'm not sleepy right now, and the movie doesn't.
All right, I can't anymore.
Is there a Korean Christopher Walken thing going on right now?
Well, right now
there should be. That would be absolutely awesome. She's awful creepy. Can you remove her?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
well, it's on the
click
monitor, but
close.
it's not. Yeah.
I know. Well, I have to look at it. She's.
All right,
thank you. Oh, that's better.
This is what I put up instead.
Biden in a mask. The creepy eye kid.
Oh my
God. At least
God.
the eyes aren't evil black.
Dave the drummer in the chat says open mics are how every comic learns their craft. There's no classes on it at your local community college. The great James Gregory told me that 7 years ago when I first got into the business by starting an open mic. That's very cool. And a lot of good comics do open mics and provide that service, not just for the bar and the people at the bar, but for the other comics to perfect their craft, you know?
And plus, coming on after Kevin's got to make you look really good. No matter how bad you do.
Here's what I think I'm going to open with. There's all this talk about the.
They're like fighting over who gets to come on after Kevin. It's the opposite of, ooh, that's a tough act to follow.
So Patrick, there's been a lot of talk about the pandemic and experimental therapies and therapeutics and whatnot.
Oh my God.
I've been taking ivermectin prophylactically because I have a horse dick. No. Yes. No.
Yeah,
no maybe not.
I'm not buying that. I've seen Chippy.
No, I think the joke drum guy liked it.
One of those miniature horses.
Dude, you ever seen those? Those mini horses are evil, dude.
No, and they have huge schlongs, too.
Really?
Well, because of their smaller size, they still have, like, this massive thing,
It looks
right?
bigger because they're small.
It's like if an elephant had, like, a 1 foot dick, right? Relatively speaking, you'd be like, wow, he's got like a pinner. Because it's an elephant. But on you, yeah.
Thing's huge, man.
It would look huge. Scary.
Z-Bar says chiptic. You remember.
Yeah.
Very Jersey
sad
Strong.
Story, very sad story.
I like Jersey Strong. They say, so glad I made it tonight.
Hey, Jersey.
It's great to laugh. That's good feedback. I like that. I love entertaining people, man. It's like, it's almost like a drug. But for me personally, I can't turn it off, Pat. I can't. Like, I had a discussion with
Well, that's not your listener's problem.
I had a discussion over some coffee, right? And great conversation back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. And I asked this question: do you ever notice people that they just have a blank stare, and maybe they're looking at their phone, or maybe they're not, or they're just like the mouth agape? And I wonder what goes in through their head. Is it just dead air? Is it silence? Because I can listen to a talk show and listen to my children talk and tell me a story while I'm driving and thinking in my head about my schedule. All at the same time. But sometimes these people are just, I know it's not a big thing, but some people have nothing happening in their head. Hold on, let's take a call here.
What the hell is that?
Hey, you're live on the Kevin Holly Show with Kevin and Pat Berkey. Who's that?
What's up, Chipper Jones?
What's up, Chipper Jones? What's up, Colin? You on the balcony right now with the with the Portuguese guys, or what's going on?
No, I've just seen what's up with which team are going to coach there, Chip Kelly.
You're going to call me Chip everything, aren't you? I see where we're going with this.
Hello, Colin. It's the demon. How are you?
Oh, wait. Is that your wife talking in the background again?
Yes.
Is she going to yell at you?
Mm-hmm.
Can she hear me right now?
No.
Can I talk to her?
No.
Come on.
She doesn't want to talk to you.
Last time I talked to her on the phone, she screamed at me, "Where is he?"
I know, because I ran.
Yeah, it's true. I was there.
It's like throwing a grenade.
Yeah. like a baby powder grenade in your pants because you're working a double,
Yeah, it was like,
Hey, Patrick.
I'm like, just here, hold this spoon up next to this grenade. Don't let it go.
What are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Uh-oh. Here we go. Tell her
What
the
are you
truth.
talking to?
Tell her the truth.
Quit playing games.
I'm talking to the Kevin Holly Show.
Can I talk to her? Quit playing games, Colin.
Internet syndicated. Talking to an internationally known syndicated host.
I feel like I'm getting you in trouble every time that she's around when you call, dude.
I know, but I was going to call you earlier about Ukraine or something, and then we started talking about cars, and then Patrick came on, and
I'm sorry for coming out.
Hey, open the door, dude. Yeah, I want to hear her, dude. Put the phone by the door. I want to hear your wife, dude. For some reason, I'm in. Dude, what the hell's going on over there, man?
Okay, it's in the book.
It's okay, dude. It's okay. Oh man. So, Colin, what's on your mind, dude? What's going on? Are you inverted right now? Are you upside down?
No.
Okay.
My bubble horizon is actually black on the bottom, white on the top. I'm good.
So, for those of you new to the show, last night we had a caller. We had a handful of callers, and we were discussing this one.
Were you here last night?
Yeah, there's this one guy that was being a dick to another friend of ours, Shane, and we were talking smack about the guy, why he's being a dick to Shane or whatever, and then the guy called. And I don't want to say his name because I don't want him to call again, but it was like Jerry Springer. It was awesome. And they all argued and stuff. And the synopsis of the conversation, the original conversation, was whether or not a pilot will know if they're flying upside down. And apparently, confirmed by other flight instructors that were listening and pilots, there is a condition where a pilot can be disoriented during flight where it's instrument flight, and they can indeed be inverted and not realize it. And so there's like a running joke now about whether or not you're upside down, if you know it or not. And apparently if you spit and it lands back on your forehead, then you know whether or not you're right side up or upside down. That's all you got to do.
Probably urine would do the same thing.
Probably, yeah. Unless you have an erection. That could throw it all off. You know what I mean?
No. The liquid's still going to travel. Gravity's going to...
It's going to pull it down.
Or up.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Probably be...
Yeah, but you're
probably be better to spit,
though,
than to wet yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking once again. We are not sure if we're upside down or not. Going to go ahead and just run a quick test here. Just stand by. Please fasten your seatbelts. We're perfectly fine, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your flight.
Sorry, it's pretty loud. Anyway, Colin, can you put your wife on the phone real quick, please? I'd like to speak with her.
No.
That was very high speed sound effects.
Thank you.
By the way,
I cherish stuff like that.
Yeah,
crying out loud.
It really leaves a lot of additional disappointment with the Bergie bit at that level.
I'm not sure if.
Although I have a Foghorn Leghorn button now. That's for Lynn Wood.
I said it would be an honor if I could escort you to the steamboat parade.
That's for Wood.
Yeah, everything's for Wood for you, you weirdo. Hey, Colin, have you ever... I'm scared to ask him a question because I'm afraid that his wife's going to kick the door in and be like, "Ah!" I love it, though. It's great. It's cute. So, okay, we got sent a link here. Oh, this is perfect. I'm going to pull this up. Aurora is quick on the draw. I love Aurora. All right, here we go. Let me pull this up for you guys. Here we go. Whoops.
You can come to Applebee's, but I actually...
Here's something that's different.
No.
Cool.
Bob demonstrates the ease of handling the Shrike by means of a glass of iced tea. He sets it in place and then performs a barrel roll without even tilting the liquid in the glass, let alone spilling it.
Oh, he's upside down. He's upside down. Back to normal.
Then Bob decides that if
spilling
you can
one
do
single
that,
drop.
why not pour a glass of tea?
Yeah, Kappa, you'll never catch me, Kappa. Hey.
Okay, what's
Why do they all
wrong-
sound like
Oh,
that?
What, are there safety? Do you not see certain safety issues or guidelines? Being
No, it's
broke?
fine. It's not going to spill.
Is
He's
that,
inverted.
I mean, just is that dashboard waterproof?
It
Why
doesn't
would they
matter.
make it
It's not going to
waterproof?
spill, Patrick. It's not going to matter.
He could spill it, pouring it while he's fucking flying.
But he can still work the levers and land the plane.
Only Sully could do that.
You're probably right.
These brave men have been studying this for years.
Hold on a second. We got some feedback in the chat here. I can't really read the name. It's blue. It's my favorite color, blue. He says, I had the exact experience Dirt Road had with babesiosis. I think that's the term that we were looking for. Babesiosis is something I got on a weird Bumble date. Anyway, which nearly killed me. Ivermectin saved me after the medical industrial complex almost killed me. I've had it on hand for years myself and a monthly dose from my lab. I don't know if he's being facetious. That's hilarious. Jersey Strong says,
Viagra will save you from COVID.
the earth is flat, so that's why it didn't spill.
Did you hear that, Kevin?
I did. Ivermectin and Viagra, yeah.
Viagra and weed.
Yes.
Viagra and weed. COVID 2022. Party has begun.
It's a party, man. Hey, Colin.
Okay, so we know that Viagra will. But will the generic version that Snoop Dogg is hawking, will that work?
I doubt it. I mean, he pays somebody like $40K a year to roll doobies for him.
Well,
is Viagra.
You know.
Ooh, lace your doobies with Viagra. Party time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Colin, have you ever had Viagra?
Yeah, but could you use the generic, the Snoop's version? Or does it have to be the Bob Dole edition?
Holy shit, is he wearing headphones?
Where is this place? What are we doing here?
I love making Kevin smile.
I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. But Colin, have you ever had Viagra, Colin?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked me that question, Kevin. No, I have not.
Maybe you should, and your wife will
see with the conversation that was previously going on.
Maybe you should, and your wife will stop screaming at you through the door.
Have you ever listened to
I don't need the Viagra.
Have you ever listened to the Kevin Holly Show more than 4 hours? If so, see a doctor. Immediately.
Hold on a second. Here we go. This is here.
By the way, he gave me permission to touch him.
That's good to know.
I'm beginning to see why your wife left you.
Hey, man, after 20 years, you just kind of, if you even sleeps in the same bed, you just kind of roll next to her and just kind of poke it wherever, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, Jesus.
I had a friend named Will.
You got Biden buttons, dude.
Yeah, I do. I had a friend named Will, and he one day
I really
after
got to step up my game.
one day after work, I'll show you how to get it. One day after work, Will was like, "All right, I'm gonna go home and roll my wife over." I'm like, "Bro, you may want to approach that a little bit different, you know." That guy Will told me a story. They went on their honeymoon to Jamaica, right? Mm-hmm. And when they got there, he asked the cab driver, "Do you know where we can get some weed?" This is back in like the 80s, right? And the cab driver's like, "I got weed. Let me take you back to my house." So they went back to this cab driver's house, which was like a hut or a yurt, okay, in the jungle.
Are you sure you're telling somebody else's story and this isn't a fucking Kevin Holly
story? I'm telling you.
Just
and
massive. It sounds like Kevin.
No.
You're giving too much
This is the wrap-up.
detail
This
for
is the
somebody
circle
else.
round. This is the comeback.
No. So the callback. So no, he went into this like yurt in Jamaica, and he said that when they opened like the palm fronds to enter, there was like a hi-fi like stereo system inside. It was all badass. And he tells his son, he's like the cab driver, he's like, "Boy, go out to the field and get this man some weed." And the son vanished into the darkness, came back like 15 minutes later with like a Glad trash bag with a whole bush.
You gonna fucking do it?
Yeah, he's like, "I got it," you know.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, man. It's just
It's like the Christmas tree in Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Fucking roots and all.
Yeah, and the neighbor's
They
like,
just dug it out with a shit, bring an axe.
what did the neighbor say to him? Like, where are you going to put that, Clark? And he's like, bend over and I'll show you. And he's like, don't talk to me like that. And his wife's standing next to him and he's like, I'm not talking to you.
I'm talking to you.
I cannot put my helmet on.
Bop, bop. That's what you got to do. The bop, bop. Could you imagine, like, this is what it sounded like inside of that yurt? Or that was the word of the day.
What the fuck's a yurt?
It's a cylindrical wall of poles with a skin or some kind of plant material around. It's like a
Why
hut.
would I know what a yurt is?
Well, that was the
And
word of the day.
I grew up on a farm. I didn't grow up on a yurt.
He's like, hey, boy, go out and get some weed. And the boy's like,
Yeah, you're my DJ. That makes you wicked. That makes you gone to the world.
I love that shit, man. Shane B's half Jamaican, by the way. I love Jamaican people. I do. Jamaican people are cool. You know, we have a couple of listeners from Jamaica. What is the one guy's name? I think it's Will, actually, is his name. And they've been adding to the Kevin Holly Show fun page, which, by the way, search on Facebook or Google it, the Kevin Holly Show fun page. And he contributes to the page often. With they're just hanging out in front of like a bodega in Jamaica and just like doing reggae rap music. Nice. And it is fantastic. And he always posts these little short videos, and he says, I thought the group would like this, man. You know? So cool. It's so cool, you
I
know?
have friends in Trinidad and Tobago
Very
who
nice.
do shit like that.
Hell yeah.
TNT.
I have a Trinidad dollar in my safe.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's worth like a penny. I might be wrong. It might be worth more. It's like, down here, you get 2 chickens and a loaf of bread here in Florida for that.
I got like $1 million Trump dollar.
I have a $1 million Obama.
gold.
It's an Obama dollar, and in his face, all you see is his eyeballs.
And it's worth a lot less.
I'm not even joking. Either.
And it's
so racist, man.
It's worth less than my fake Trump thing.
Oh man, no, yurt for real. That was the word of the day. We did that earlier.
Yurt.
Yeah. It is what
So
it is,
you've been
man.
just working it in. You've been working that.
Well, I like to start the show with the word of the day, and I like to quiz Holland and see if she knows the definition of the word of the day. And she has the opportunity to look up the same thing on her phone before she gets here, and she never does.
He knows the page.
Yeah, it's like, how do you not know
delete
it?
most of your texts or ignore them too.
Yurt.
Yurt.
Do it again.
My homie Holland.
It's a tent-like dwelling of the Mongol and Turkic peoples of Central Asia, consisting of a cylindrical wall of poles in a lattice arrangement with a conical roof of poles, both covered by felt or skins. I like to feel skins.
What's a Turkic?
Turkic.
What's a pole? Oh.
What's a Mongo?
Yurt.
Is that like the big guy from Blazing Saddles?
I don't think so.
Candygram for Mongo.
It's Mongol.
Oh, Mongol.
Yeah,
okay.
Mongol.
Just out yurt on me.
Well, that's just such a high resolution monitor you got over there, Kevin.
I don't know you. That's my yurt.
Yurt.
I didn't even think they had 480 resolution anymore.
Oh man.
Then we got that beautiful thing. Where are the Filipinos that were on last show?
Oh, the ones that build those cool huts.
Build the cool
they build
huts.
no,
The
they
hut
don't build
building.
huts.
Did they
build
finish their hut?
They build yurts.
They build yurts.
Supposed to tap me before you yurt in my mouth.
I love Colin's got the one-liners, and then every once in a while you'll hear his wife screaming out in the background, like, "What are you talking about?"
A Turk yurt.
He's like, and it was just a little pre-cum, Kevin, and I don't know what that pre-cum is. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Looking at the chat, who is this person's name? I got to look closely. Beluga. Lots of people in Alaska have yurts, wood stoves and all. Some pretty incredible sights to see. Listen, bro, I am a huge fan of like the shows Alone and Naked and Afraid, and I enjoy like window shopping on Amazon and different websites.
Those are igloos, not yurts.
Maybe, but yeah, they're like the tent igloos with the stovepipe.
If it's in Alaska, wouldn't that be an igloo, not a yurt?
Colin's going out for a pack of smokes and he's never coming back. What the hell is that?
He's end up coming back.
It says up there it's for Central Asia.
Well, I
Only
mean,
Central Asia.
no, that. I mean, that is where it came from. I'm going to build a yurt out by the pool.
Well,
later.
it's not a yurt.
It will be.
Yurts.
It's not their yurt.
It's my
your
yurt. Yeah. My yurt's better
It's
than
your yurt.
My yurt's better than your yurt. You know what that reminds me?
Mount your poles.
You want to mount my poles, dude? Yeah, I suppose.
I'm gonna go make it.
Mount your poles.
You go build your yurt.
So everything matches.
I'm gonna go build an igloo. In Florida.
That reminds me of what is it? Remember it was Aaron earned an iron urn out of Baltimore. Do you remember this clip? This is one of my favorites. It just reminds me of your yurt. It's your yurt. No, it's my yurt. Can I have permission to come into your yurt? Check this out. This is great.
They're in a yurt. There.
It's a Baltimore accent.
I said, Baltimore accents, say this phrase out loud. Earn, and earn. Hold on, earn. Aaron, earn, and iron, earn. Damn, what the fuck? We really talk like that?
We really talk like that?
Earn. Earn, the iron. What? Earn, the iron. No, Aaron earned an iron earn. Earn. Earn.
Yo, what's
earn.
Earn.
It's not that, dummy. It's Aaron. It's earned and iron earned, dummy. Aaron earned and iron earned.
He's got it.
Earned and iron earned. And iron earned.
Fuck it, iron.
What the hell is he talking about?
Aaron earned an iron urn.
Earn. Yeah.
Aaron earned an iron urn.
I believe so. Yeah. I could be wrong.
Sounds like Pikey's saying Ireland.
It sounds like Pikey's saying Ireland. You know, Colin got banned, like a 3-day ban for saying the word pikey on my show, dude.
A pikey?
Yeah, it's like a derogatory term for,
Is it?
Yeah. And he typed it in the
For
chat.
Fish?
No, he called me a pikey because I'm Irish or whatever, dude. I think he called Holland a pikey. And Facebook fucking banned him for doing it in the
Yes,
chat.
Colin G. Murphy was banned for saying a Irish slur.
Colin Murphy. How
I
Irish
wouldn't have
is
even
that?
known that. I would have been like, hell yeah, I am.
Grandpa's in an urn.
Right? I wouldn't have known. I'd be like, yeah, thank you.
I just found it to be hilarious because then we looked it up and
I
I'm
felt
like,
more trouty.
well, he was still able to like listen and call and stuff, you know? And he explained what happened, and I just went right into it. I pulled up the word pikey, and I was playing the audio, and we said pikey like 1,000 times during the show. And I'm like, we're not getting banned. Nobody type it. You know? That was pretty funny. You had to be there.
Wow. I guess they couldn't get anybody to actually, they can only scan the chat. They can't hire people to listen to your show.
Thank God, because, you know, I want this to be organic. You know? It's got to be organic, you know what I mean? Oh, Jesus.
They've got a team at Facebook breaking my shit down.
Speaking of
every
shit,
day.
Oh, man. Do you want to play a game with me, Pat? I want to play a game with you.
Sure. No, I hate your game.
No, you're going to love this one.
I really do. No. Okay, what do you got?
All right.
It's not, you're not doing the pyramid anymore, right?
No, we haven't done the pyramid game in a while. Grab those black cards right there.
No Trump. I love no Trump.
I knew. That's why I figured you would want to play this.
Are we allowed to now?
Well, hold on a second. Let me set it up here real quick here for our listening audience. Yeah, we got time to do this. It'll be fun. All right, we're gonna test Patrick's knowledge on on his quotes, either from Donald Trump or a celebrity. Colin, you're welcome to play as well. Hold on a second. I gotta set this up.
I'm like
what
4 for 5, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He's really good at this. All right, here we go.
Hello. You people know a lot about trucks. Bing, bing, bong. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Touch my tra-la-la. Bing, bing, bong. Bing, 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 bong, bong, bong. Bing, 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 bong, bong, bong. Bing, 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 bong, bong, bong.
All right, let's do this. We're going to play the No Trumps game here with Pat Berge. Yeah? And so the way this is going to go, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to read you a quote, and it's either going to be a quote from Donald Trump or said celebrity that I will name when I say the quote.
What, do I get to read one to you?
After I read you one. I'm going to start off with you.
What made you the big shit?
I'm the host of the show. My name's on the fucking door, Patrick.
Is it really?
Pretty sure it is.
How do I get my name isn't on my door?
I don't know, but here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to put 30 seconds on the board for you, Patrick. You're not going to need all 30 because I think you're going to get this. All right. Oh, hell yeah. I'm excited about this. All right. Colin is great at this, by the way. Okay. All right. 30 seconds on the board.
Pretty huge.
This is either a quote from... Wait, hold on. What did she say? Can I talk
Pretty
to your...
huge.
Can I talk to your wife?
Got
real
it.
quick? No?
No. Yeah, we're going to play the game. Let's go.
All right.
Melania, go back inside. Appreciate it.
All right, 30 seconds on the board. This is either a quote from Donald Trump or Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. Okay, here we go. This quote is, "A word to the wise ain't necessary. It's the stupid ones who need the advice." A word to the wise ain't necessary. It's the stupid ones who need the advice. Is that Cosby or Trump?
Cosby.
Final answer?
Cosby.
You'd be correct. That is indeed a quote from Bill Cosby. Donald Trump's quote was, "When someone crosses you, my advice is get even." That is not typical advice, but it is real life advice. If you do not get even, you're just a schmuck.
Yeah, I wouldn't have figured that one out.
Just a schmuck.
Jersey, see you, bub. Eyes wide open 8. Have a good night to Jersey. Thanks for sticking around for the show, buddy. Cool. All right, Pat, you got one for me?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Now, do I say who the two people are, right?
Yeah, then read the quote, just like I did. You were there when I did it.
So is this, I was supposed to be paying attention to that? All right. I will, rest of the show, be full alert.
30 seconds.
It's either, who said this? Wilbur Ross or Trump. We're in a trade war. We've been in a trade war for decades. That's why we have the deficit. Wilbur Ross or Trump?
I'm going to go with... This game is a little bit dated. I'm going to go with Ross on this one.
Ross.
Yes, that is correct.
Colin got it as well. Hell yeah.
Who was Wilbur Ross?
He was a guy that knew a lot about the trade deficit for 30 years or so. Decades.
Wasn't he the...
Good.
Nice. He was the head of the... He was like the Fed chairman or something, wasn't he?
You're going to ask me who he is?
I don't know. Look on your dollar bill.
Say that again, Colin?
Think of the amount of years. He's right there.
Yeah. You'd have to just look on a 20, I think.
I don't have any of those. All right, 30 seconds. You ready, Pat? Here we go.
He doesn't sign.
This is either a quote from Donald J. Trump or Kanye West.
Oh, shit. Those are tough.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I'm automatically attracted to beautiful.
Trump.
Trump or Kanye? You're going with Trump?
Trump.
Colin says Trump. Final answers? You're both right.
He did not let me down.
Kanye's quote was,
I voted for him.
Kanye says, "I actually don't like thinking. I think people think I like to think a lot, and I don't. I don't like to think." And then he said, "Poopity scoopity poopity poop scoop poopity."
Kevin, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Remember, who was that? Ross Perot? Remember that? All right, Patrick, give me one.
Okay. Is this Trump or Rabi Alameddine?
Come on, give me somebody else that I might know.
Rabi Alameddine. You don't know him?
All right, go ahead. I got this.
If you don't say it in Arabic, I'm going to assume the other.
I don't think it's even Arabic. I can make up stories with the best of them. I've been telling stories since I was a little kid. Trump or Rabi?
I'm going Rabi again on this one.
That would
Rabi.
be, again, how many Rabis have you been doing?
I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Hold on a second here. What is this? Hold on a second. We're being infiltrated here. I can't stop the other one.
Is it one of the cyber armies that have been attacking me?
All right, I'm sorry. Poopity scoop poop. All right. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. Here we go. I'm sorry. It's a rinky-dink establishment up in here. Here we go.
Plus, you've read all these already like a billion times.
Scoop-de poop. Poop-de scoop-de scoop-de whoop. Whoopie-de scoop whoop poop. Poop-de whoop scoop. Poop.
That's Kanye West right there, Patrick, if you're not familiar with awesome hip-hop.
He is a brilliant artist.
All right, so it's my turn. I got you, right? Yeah.
That sounded like me dribbling in the driveway.
See, now I wonder if he uses the Snoop version or the Bob Dole.
I'm Bob Dole.
Well, if you're Kanye West, you got the money.
Yeah, it's true.
Are you going to be using Snoop's,
Maybe. I don't know.
Or are you going to be going Dole?
I might go Dole, just because I like Bob Dole. Doling out the Dole. Hell yeah. All right, let's do it.
Out the cash.
We got one more. We got one more left here. 30 seconds on the board for you, Patrick. All right, this is either a quote from Charlie Sheen or one President Donald J. Trump. And the quote is, "I wish him nothing but pain in his silly travels, especially if they wind up in my octagon."
Sheen.
Colin says Sheen.
Trump.
Final answer?
Trump.
Oops. Sorry, buddy. That was Charlie Sheen all day long.
Yeah.
Stay positive.
When I heard Octagon, Trump spends a lot of time with wrestlers and shit.
Well, he did, yeah.
So
Battle of the Billionaires.
I would, obviously I was steering towards Sheen, but when I heard the Octagon, I thought, well, maybe that was a trick thing.
Trump's quote was,
I used to roll with Ken Shamrock back in 96.
I'm related technically to The Rock.
Do you mind if I sit back a little?
the-
Because your breath is very bad. That was Trump. You're not related to The Rock, dude.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Through my stepdad.
You don't even cook.
My stepdad is Tongan.
I can't smell anything.
Was. That's not even something.
You don't want to smell what Pat's cooking, I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah?
All right, Pat, hit me with one more. We got time for one more.
I'm half Hawaiian, so I can see.
I know, I just learned that about you. That explains why your eyes look Hawaiian.
Leona Helmsley or Donald Trump? We don't pay taxes. Only the little people pay taxes.
That's Leona Helmsley.
Correct.
Trump.
Now, Trump said the taxes are crazy. The highest tax nation in the world. That would be easy. Yeah, all of mine are easy. The ones you're reading are extremely difficult.
Maybe you're just dumb.
No, no. That Kanye was so damn. They're so tight spiritually.
You did well, Patrick. You did well. Colin did well as well.
Or perhaps, Patrick, you didn't hear him repeat the same questions for the last 5 months in a row.
Well, I suggested cheating earlier, having gone through these quite a bit.
Pat didn't hear him, so you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, that made it fun for you.
Ding ding bong.
Thanks for playing the game, Pat.
It was all my displeasure.
You know, speaking of Colin's heritage,
we were in goddamn Hawaii at a local Waikiki bar.
You ever been to a local Waikiki bar before? Colin?
We were in goddamn
A
Hawaii.
local one?
A local one? No, the Waikiki strip club down in South Sarasota.
We used to go to this place that had a bunch of dartboards in it.
Hell
That's
yeah.
where my
I got a dartboard.
that's where my Kun hang up would always go to. It's been there forever since like the I guess early 50s.
Can I call you the Big Kahuna from now on?
Not really that big though. I mean, this part's bigger than me.
It's
I
a
mean,
beach
that's
party,
like 6'5".
Vietnam. Surfing with the Viet Cong, cooking hot dogs with napalm. It's a beach party. You never heard that Ted Milkman song? I can't play it. I'll get copyrighted. But listen, the show's over. I gotta go. We gotta go. It's over. Colin, thank you for calling and participating, bro. You know I love you.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
You call me Super Boo?
The Big Kahuna, everybody. All right, I'm hanging up on you, buddy. But I'll talk to you soon. All right, man. So, Colin G. Murphy, everybody. Hell yeah. So, all right, the show's over, Patrick. Thank you for joining me. Like right now. It's time to do the outro and get the hell out of Dodge.
Oh my God.
No, I appreciate you coming in, and the people in the chat room, you guys are badass. But only if you dance to Fergalicious, really. What about Bergilicious? He's Bergilicious. He keeps the.
He's Bergilicious.
Do you keep the boys on rock, do you, Patrick?
Yeah, you know, don't hate the player, hate the game.
He's Bergalicious. Aurora, thank you. Happy birthday, Shane B. See you later, buddy. Missing parts. So many people to name in the chat room. I can't say everybody.
Hey, guys.
Bob, the new
Thank
listener
you.
out of, where was Bob from? Pensacola. Pensacola Bob. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it. You guys are badass. Great show, says Fetchick Town. I love you guys, man. Thanks for tuning in, and stick around on the IRN. Coming up next is Nitwit.tv, Nitwit TV, an awesome show. Kirk Lacey hosts the show. They play a lot of games. It's a good time. Hope you enjoyed the show. Stick around for that, and we'll see you next Wednesday, if not sooner. Hell yeah! Bye, everybody.
Kevin's getting tired. It's time to
Thank you,
end
Pat.
the show. He
Thanks,
really
Pat.
freaking blow. It's end of the Kevin Holly Show.
I'd like to thank you for listening to the Kevin Holly Show. I hope you've had as much fun as we have bringing it to you. It's really been a pleasure, and be sure and get us again next week.
Okay, bye-bye.